Tamarind Kitchen, we are here in solidarity with the anonymous victims enslaved and viciously killed under the guise of fine dining. These innocent individuals care not whether their body parts end up in a restaurant whose chef boasts a Michelin star or on a supermarket shelf as Knorr stock powder. And nor would it seem does its celebrated chef, Khanna, who according to Tamarind's very own unfairly dismissed employees was quite happy to include such low-end animal products in his dishes. But of course, what does this matter when chef doesn't think guests need to know what ingredients are used? It would seem Tamarind's cruelty toward other species is matched only by its arrogance. The kind of arrogance that would lead to Knorr chicken stock cubes finding their way to dishes advertised as vegan. But since we're here for the victims of your so-called personal choices, let's talk about some of these secret ingredients. Lamb, or to some, the mutilated flesh of a baby sheep. Their mothers are drugged, given hormone implants, and have their breeding cycle manipulated so farmers can stay competitive. This means lambs face higher risk of insect-borne disease during summer or an equally miserable death from exposure. Lambs are castrated and have their tails removed while still fully conscious. The sound of their panic and screaming during this brutal process is much like that of a human child, and just as haunting. These playful, affectionate infants cannot understand why the person who fed and reared them has now condemned them to a gruesome death. To make their final moments even more bleak and terrifying. Chicken, or rather the carcasses of broiler chickens, come from an animal selectively bred to the extent that they can often barely even support their own body weight, meaning they are commonly found crippled on the floor, unable to feed or drink, or are cannibalized by their fellow prisoners, crammed into filthy sheds by the thousands, and driven insane by having their natural instincts constantly frustrated. They're killed after a mere 5 to 7 weeks. Each year in the UK alone, 50 million don't even make it out of these grotty hellholes to the abattoir. Lobster, the whole or dismembered body of a crustacean who, unlike us, does not benefit from having the ability to go into shock when subjected to intense pain. Just like us though, they have brains and nerve receptors, so having claws or tail beaks removed or being boiled alive results in needlessly prolonged agony. Calamari, not as exotic or enticing without the euphemism. Many like to think squid flesh comes from animals who don't feel pain, despite the abundance of studies which suggest the contrary. They clearly have an interest in staying alive and will actively flee under threat. Along with prawns, also exploited and wiped out by this restaurant. They are each vital members of their own ecosystems, and when they're scooped up by trawlers, animals from many other species are also ripped from their natural habitat and die a slow, painful death as bycatch. There's no sentient being who, cute or not, deserves to end up on your plate, especially when you're spoiled for alternatives. Not to mention the fact that squid flesh is prepared with milk and eggs, two of the most inhumane products on the market, given what happens to mothers and their young in both cases. Sea bass, even compassion in world farming, as welfareist and speciesist as anyone, admits that these fish suffer incredibly at human hands. On farms they're kept in appalling conditions where disease and parasites thrive. In death, they're asphyxiated, crushed, gutted alive, or dumped into cold storage while still fully conscious. But we're not here to beg for better conditions or some other way to ease your conscience. Tamarind Kitchen, when you're not lying to customers and silencing employees, we implore you to leave animals off the menu. No truly great chef need rely on animal exploitation to impress customers. Asian cuisine is full of delicious plant-based options, so stop pandering to a clientele who should know better by now, and show them imagination and creativity without the bloodshed and cruelty. It's not food!
It's violence!
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 Animals feel pain!
Just like us!
Animals deserve respect!
Just like us!
Animals love their families!
Just like us!
Animals hate cages!
Just like us!
Animals want freedom!
Just like us!
Animals hate slavery!
Just like us!
There's no excuse!
For animal abuse!
There will never be an excuse!
For animal abuse!
Convenience is not an excuse!
For animal abuse!
Status is not an excuse!
For animal abuse!
Culture is not an excuse!
For animal abuse!
Lack of culture is not an excuse!
For animal abuse! Not food!
It's violence!
It's 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 not food! It's violence! It's not food! It's violence! It's not food! It's violence!
We want freedom!
For the animals! We want justice! For the animals! We want freedom! For the animals! We want justice! For the animals! Murder is a lie! Animals do not want to die!
These playful, affectionate infants cannot understand why the person who fed and reared them has now condemned them to a gruesome death, which makes their final moments all the more bleak and terrifying. There's no sentient being who, cute or not, deserves to end up on your plate, especially when you're spoilt for alternatives. So stop pandering to a clientele who should know better by now, and show them imagination and creativity without the bloodshed and cruelty. It's not food!
It's violence!
It's not food!
It's violence!
It's not food!
It's violence!
The kind of arrogance that would lead to Knorr chicken stock cubes finding their way into dishes advertised as vegan. Justice for the animals. We want freedom for the animals. Guys, we're going.